Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping.
I guess, one of the things that has always kind of been a thing for me is really want to get out and, create content that's just not cookie cutter, right? That's been kind of my pet peeve, or what I've seen as a big opportunity since we really started messing around with video, 8 or 9 years ago, was everybody's does the same thing, right? And forever, and still to this day, most content is just branding videos, right? It's a commercial, and it's the same formula that everybody uses for everything.
Just and people trying to sell some shit.
Yeah.
And that's why I just get out here and have my cocktails and talk to cool people.
Yeah. So why not do something a little different? And, I think it's real easy to preach about that stuff, and, started searching out some opportunities to do that. That's really where the projects were born from, is what can we do if we push it a little bit and we get totally outside the box?
Oh yeah.
And so Unhinged was this crazy idea. What if we did business stuff, but it was fiction? What if we just completely threw the rule book out for podcasts and we did something fictional, but we brought in the business lessons? Well, we made real entertainment, is it
a podcast from the get-go, or what? I could see something like that starting as a book idea too. Let's write a fiction book, but instead of it being business lessons and examples, let's make it fun, like a parable type of thing.
And stay tuned on that. That is in my pocket. And I can't, if my wife is watching this, I'm trying to get my book out, and that's not my book. And we'll talk about that in a later date, but that is my dream. You ever read any Patrick Lencioni's books?
Yeah.
Okay. So he is my hero in the business book writing world. 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, 6 Working Geniuses. Those are two big favorites of mine. One, I love the messages, but 2, the parable, right? There's a total fiction. Dude. What's that?
He's a super entertaining dude, book and just in person.
Oh yeah. Super nice dude. I've actually got a tangential connection to him, and I just have not worked it out to get a meeting with him, but I'd probably fanboy out really bad. So it would be embarrassing. So maybe it doesn't even happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. I've just been totally inspired by that work, where it's you just write something and you're just involved with the story, but when you're done, you gain something from it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm not I was never a fan. I can't believe I'm saying all this. This is we're recording this stuff, but I was never a fan of audio dramas. I really never got into anything like that. And I listened to something in the software space where somebody had kind of, brought in some of these elements. And I was listening to a guy that created something, and it's the only thing of its kind. And I heard it and I was like, holy crap, we've got to pull fiction off. We've got to do this. It is this is the coolest freaking thing in the world. And so I called up Matt, and I was like, we've been talking about doing something crazy. Yeah. Matt, I've got an idea. You want to do something crazy? We can do something crazy. And he's like, okay. And I was like, we're going to do a purely fictional, entertaining podcast. We're going to write it. We're going to script it. We're going to have actors. We're going to do all this stuff. And he was like, I'm in. Just tell me how much it costs. Let's roll. And it's really cool to be working with somebody that will back you like that, because I don't even think he had any idea what we were making for months, and just totally backed me on it.
He went Cosmo Kramer on it. He's like, yeah. Hey, home service heroes, thank you guys so much for tuning into our home service happy hour content today. I sure hope you learned a little something, and I sure as heck hope that it was entertaining. If you did find it fun and entertaining, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more cool, fun, entertaining business content. And speaking of which, stay tuned. There's a little more here and a little more right here. Check it out.